What's good, y'all? Hold on 1 second. Now, first things first. I was going to do this video like a couple days ago, but I didn't get around to it because I just didn't feel like doing it. So I'm doing this one because I kind of like Ken Carson. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of his music, but I have heard a couple of his songs and I think he's pretty good. He's not anything too special, but for two, just to pump out some content for y'all. But I kind of like Fantano's videos a little bit. Yeah. Even though I feel like some of the stuff he says I feel like some of the stuff that he says is kind of biased, but I don't want to get into that. But before we get into this video, before we get into this video, y'all, I cannot stress this enough. I know y'all tired of hearing me say this. I said this twice already. I'm gonna say this again. I am not the biggest Playboi Carti fan or Ken Carson fan. I don't even listen to Ken Carson at all whatsoever. But y'all, just because somebody likes something, or because, okay, if if somebody says that artist is trash, I might ask them why are they watching the video then, why all this stuff. But I'm only doing that because why are you watching a video of somebody that you clearly don't like? Why do you feel the need to say, oh, this artist is trash? Just so the person can stoop down and agree with you? They're not gonna agree with you, bro. They're not gonna agree with you. Just because you think somebody's trash don't mean that the other people are gonna believe that they trash. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Just because you call somebody trash don't mean that other people are gonna believe they're trash. It's one thing to have an opinion, but it's another thing to try to get people to side with you and be like, yeah, bro, he's trash, this and that, Like, if you just hear one or two songs from them and you think this is the worst artist ever, this dude is so trash, like y'all are just some haters, bro. Y'all were just some haters. That's like people hating on Travis because he used auto-tune. How many other people besides Travis Scott do you know use auto-tune? Millions of people. Billions. A bunch of these mainstream rappers from the 2010s have used auto-tune before in their life. A bunch of them. But y'all get on Travis, y'all get on Cardi, y'all get on Travis for using auto-tune, and y'all getting on Cardi and all these other dudes that y'all think quote-unquote mumble for either mumbling or freaking not saying nothing during their shows. Like, nobody cares what you think. Nobody cares what you think. Nobody. It's one thing to have an opinion, but it's another thing to just hate on somebody. Why are you trying to hate on somebody? And why are you trying to get people to agree with what you're saying? Nobody's going to agree with that. You think because you say Playboi Carti is the worst artist ever, this and that, Travis Scott is trash, he uses auto-tune. How can somebody like somebody use auto-tune? This is, what do y'all call it? Freaking, what y'all old heads be saying? This is, whatever the freak y'all always be saying. Just because you think something is trash and you trying to get people to agree with you, don't mean that that's gonna happen, bro. That's not gonna happen. Once again, I'm not gonna say I don't like Ken Carson, but I'm not that big of a fan of his music. And before y'all say, oh, how you don't like Ken Carson, but you a fan of Playboi Carti and Ken Carson is signed to Playboi Carti. Just because I like Playboi Carti does not mean that I have to like Ken Carson. Like, for real. The only I listen to Destroy Lonely, and the only time, well, I mean, the only song I heard from Destroy Lonely is if Looks Could Kill. That's the only song I've heard from him. I don't know if that means I'm banned. I'm not gonna say I don't like Destroy Lonely, but I don't know. I just don't listen to him like that. I don't listen to If Looks Could Kill in my spare time. That's the only time I listen to him. But like, y'all, once again, just because you think an artist is trash, don't mean that people gotta stoop down to your level and people gotta agree with you. Like, stop doing that. It's one thing to have an opinion, but y'all trying to get people to side with you on thinking that the artist is trash. They're not gonna do that. And even if they do, so what? If you think artists are trash, that's cool. But if you're trying to publicly stating your opinion, that's one thing. But trying to get somebody to side with you for it, that's a whole nother thing. Like, stop, bro. Please. It's legit multiple comments on Travis Scott concerts of people saying, how do people like this? Blah, blah, blah. How do people like this auto-tune bullcrap? That's the only reason people getting on Travis Scott. Cause he uses auto-tune. That's the only thing you got. Not he can't rap, he can't spit no bars. Auto-tune. That's it. And just like Playboi Carti, all he does is scream in the mic. That's all he's doing is yelling in the mic. He's trying to get the crowd lit. Just like Travis be doing now. When he be screaming in the mic, doing all that, he's trying to get the crowd lit. Just because an artist don't rap every word doesn't make them trash. That doesn't make them trash. Screaming Carti barely even be screaming like that. He raps his lyrics, but he screams not even all that much. He trying to get the crowd lit. But once again, everybody got their own music taste. Everybody got their own opinion. I said all that to say, I commented on this one Playboi Carti short. Some dude, I'm not giving you a shout out, bro. If you so happen to see this video, I don't care. I'm not giving you a shout out either. I'm not giving you a shout out either way. Some dude, I don't even remember the dude's name, and even if I did, I'm not giving him a shout out. He says, trashiest artists alive. I ask him, then why are you watching? Serious question, right? I wasn't joking with him. I wasn't doing none of that. I was asking a serious question. Why are you watching? Serious question. Why are you watching? He says, 'cause I can, you dunce. Now, y'all, I'm not the type of person. I like work. Not if okay. If somebody calls me a dunce, if somebody calls me an idiot, I might get a little mad. Like, what'd you say? Like, what'd you call me? Oh, I'm not gonna get too mad, but I'm gonna be like, what'd you say? Like, what'd you say? Say it again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get too mad, you know. But so then it turns into a whole back and forth conversation with me and him. I'm not gonna get into the whole spill, but I basically talk about how stupid I thought it was for him to call me a dunce because I asked him a question and because I like Carti's music and he gonna talk about some I said I don't even listen to Carti like that, and he's like, you have videos of reacting to Carti and listening to Carti, listen this and that. And I'm like, bro, I like his music. Just because I had two videos, I've been listening to Carti since 2017. I have 2 videos of Carti on my channel. That makes me a big fan of him. I barely listen to him. I barely listen to him. I like Playboi Carti. Once again, I've said this twice already. He's not the greatest rapper. He's a good rapper, but he's not the greatest rapper. I barely listen to him. So me having videos of Cardi on my channel and reacting to him just so I can put out some content. That's me being a big old Cardi fan, and me what y'all what are me glazing Playboy Cardi? I don't be glazing Cardi. I don't be like the rest of y'all Cardi fans. I don't be like the rest of y'all Travis fans if I react to Travis Scott. I don't be like that. I don't I don't be like that. I don't be like that. I don't be like that. But I'm a dunce because I asked you a question? What the freak is wrong with you, bro? I'm a dunce because I asked you a question. We just saying anything. We just calling anybody a dunce now for any reason. All I did was ask a question. That's all I did. All I did was ask a freaking question. I get called a dunce because I asked a question? The freak. I think the dude was trying to troll me a little bit. I don't know, but you did a terrible job if you were. You did a terrible job if you were trying to troll me. A terrible job. Call me a dunce because I asked you a freak. Cause the freak is wrong with you, bro? All I did was ask a freaking question. Y'all Cardi haters make me mad more than Cardi fans. Y'all Cardi haters make me even more mad than Cardi fans, bro. Y'all be hating on this dude because y'all want to be different and all this bullcrap. This is so trash. I can't understand how y'all like this. Just like y'all Travis haters. This is so trash. I can't understand how y'all like this dude. Auto-tune. I can't understand what he's saying. Auto-tune. Like, if you don't like the artist, why are you watching the video? If a video gets recommended to you, that's one thing. But if you purposely clicking on the video for no freaking reason and you don't like the artist, why the freak are you watching the video if you don't like the artist then? Why are you clicking the video if you don't like the artist? I'll tell you why, because you think your opinion matter. You think your opinion matter. That's what all y'all haters be doing. Not even no artists on any celebrity that y'all don't like. Y'all be spreading y'all opinion around like it matter, bro. It don't matter. These celebrities don't care about y'all haters, bro. They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. They honestly, they don't. They don't. They do not care about y'all opinions, bro. They don't care about y'all haters' opinions, bro. So y'all go ahead and keep hating, but it just baffles me. Like, y'all just be hating on people for no freaking reason. Like, I mean, y'all got your own opinions, but to hate on somebody just to put your opinion out there and get people to side with you, like, y'all gon' you feel what I'm saying? Like, the freak, what, like, why are you watching a video of somebody that you do not like? Why are you doing that? Like, that would be like me watching who don't I like? Who don't I like? Who can't I stand? Like, that's like me that's like me hating or not. That's like me hating Jamal Murray and watching a bunch of Jamal Murray highlights, reacting to him, so I can make some videos. Like, why would I be watching Jamal Murray? I don't hate Jamal Murray, but I just think he's overrated. But I don't hate him. I just use that as an example. He's overrated. But or Kanye. That would be like me watching a Kanye video knowing I can't stand Kanye. I like his music, but I ain't even gonna get into what's wrong with Kanye. But like, why? I'm doing it for content, like the freak. Like, y'all, like, my point is, like, y'all, y'all haters be trying to get y'all opinion out there to get people to side with you, but it nine times out of 10 ain't gonna work, bro. It ain't gonna work. All them hating comments y'all be leaving under Cardi videos and Travis videos talking about how he be screaming on the mic and how he don't be saying nothing and how he be mumbling and how he be using auto tune and he sound like a robot and this and that. That junk is not gonna fly. It's not gonna phase no Travis fan, no Cardi fan. No Travis or Cardi fan cares about that. You feel me? Like I said, y'all irritate me more than Travis fans. Like if you don't want to watch the video, why are you watching it? Once again, because you want people to side with you. I cannot stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. Anyway, like I said, I just ran it for 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. We got the Needle Drop, aka Fantano, aka the internet's busiest music nerd. Y'all know who he is. We got him reviewing Ken Carson, More Chaos. Let's get it.
Hi everyone, Rock the Tano here, the internet's busiest music
I always
nerd.
gotta make sure my video, my volume always turned up, and it is all the way up.
Album More Chaos. Here we have the latest full-length LP from rapper and songwriter Mr. Ken Carson, one of the more prominent artists on Playboi Carti's Opium label, and by virtue of that, he is kind of automatically one of the most impactful voices when it comes to rage music, or what we currently know as this hyper distorted, repetitive, synthy brand of trap music, which has really been taking hip-hop by storm so far. And sure, while still today in the mainstream you have a lot of big names that hold a lot of weight after really building up their brands throughout the 2010s, be it J. Cole or Kendrick or Drake or Future, what Playboi Carti and his musical children here are driving is really a movement. One that is so undeniable, many established artists themselves have been trying to figure out ways to get in on it via either features or similar types of production. And this is happening both in the mainstream and the underground, mind you. So, like Ken Carson's music or not, its finger is most definitely on the pulse. Its sound is very good now. However, though, I can't really call myself a fan. I have reviewed 2 of Ken's projects so far, and haven't really liked either of them, though I did think his last, A Great Chaos, was a slight improvement over the preceding X record, a slightly better listen that suffered still from many of the same shortcomings. Lack of versatility, boring vocals, boring lyrics, boring production, forgettable everything, though in a sense I could kind of see what it's going for, because here and there some songs do come out of the gate with a certain explosive type of force. Stupidly loud, brash, in-your-face music is always going to have some kind of draw, and with all of Ken's allusions to wearing all black and being a rock star and packing his songs with so much distortion, there's a bit of edginess there. The itch it's trying to scratch is very clear and very obvious. I personally don't think it's doing it that well, as there's also a lot of industrial hip-hop out there today that is way more in-your-face and aggressive. There are other rap artists that in a more genuine and exciting way combine elements of hip-hop and rock. There's more comparisons I could make, but I don't want to deny this album the points of appeal that it does have, because out of the context of this 21-song track list, some tracks here and there do actually have an exciting feel to them, be it the song Exposed, which is so distorted and so blown out that the percussion, synths, and 808s all have this kind of splotchy texture to them. The whole track just feels like being hit with a tidal wave of noise. There's also Live Leak, whose sound is just overpowering. Every perk and synth and hit of bass is just fried in the mix. And I do like how confident Ken Carson comes across vocally on this track too. He just sounds very steady in the midst of all of this chaos. Plus there's a sick beat switch on the second half of the track too. And then on Naked, the bass compression on this track is so insane.
You say Naked?
Just comes through really heavy. So yeah, sometimes it is impressive how far Ken and his collaborators will go to make these songs sound so abrasive, so distorted, and so nasty. But by that same token, these moves leave Ken very little room on this record to grow or experiment or do anything exciting or new. I mean, on On some level, it does feel like he broadcasts that right out of the gate with the title of this album. He is, in fact, giving us more chaos right after delivering a great chaos. He might as well have titled this album More of the Same. So, this album is not a lyrical experience, obviously. Though I will say, here and there, Ken does seem to be putting in a little more effort when it comes to wearing his personality on his sleeve with these tracks, either on songs like 2000, which are loaded with lots of outlandish proclamations and flexes, or random bars about women who he's with that inadvertently come across as really cute. Compliment her hair. I told her I had the same color. Me and my bitch on the same shit. We compliment each other. However, this is not to distract from the
That was kind of a bar.
incalculable amounts of bars that actually come across as really toxic and self-obsessed and narcissistic, or even on some level, dumb. I had that little hoe singing like she the performer and my dick the mic. Stuff like that I think would go down a little bit easier if Ken Carson had a bit more charisma or presence on the microphone. But in fact, much of the time on this record, not only does he sound very dime a dozen and average, nondescript even, and his attitude on these tracks just comes across too aloof and nonchalant and too cool to care for him to do anything else. On some level, you could say he's like a Playboy Cardi clone, something like that, but I feel like even that would be giving him too much credit, because at least Cardi has a bit of a history with vocally being a chameleon, switching up his flows a lot. Meanwhile, Ken more or less just operates in one single gear across this record. And when he does attempt something in the track list here that goes in a direction that is a bit lighter or more anthemic, like with the little melodic background vocals on the song Kryptonite, it often comes across as basic, uninspired, and bland. But yeah, also, like I said, on tracks that are clearly not...
I figured he was going to say something like that.
Cash, Down to Earth, for example. The extra space around Ken's voice definitely feels like a veil being pulled off, and there's not quite as much chaos going on, and as a result, you're just hearing some random dude ramble across a very boring and uninteresting instrumental. So, yeah, to be honest, when this album is working, the production and auto-tune are doing a whole lot of the work. Not to mention that with More Chaos is
successful, say that too.
Merely successful at coloring within lines and boundaries that were laid out beforehand. And sure, while these are lines that Ken himself helped establish with his own music, and I also understand there's like no real pressure for him to change given how in demand this sound is right now, I still don't feel like that's any excuse for him to have a total lack of ambition on this LP. Like, not only is it the sound of stagnation, but he's just not really pushing the envelope for rage music in any way here. And like I said, obviously don't go into this record expecting anything lyrical. I certainly didn't. But also on top of that, I feel like at the very least you should be able to write a hook, and Ken Carson can't really do that to save his life. As many of these tracks here, especially the ones that go over a few minutes, just kind of feel like these completely directionless rambles with no real flow or ultimate destination. Very few of the flows on this thing are gripping or memorable, and the sequencing on this LP leaves a lot to be desired too. I don't really think Ken put a whole lot of thought into how all of these songs sound together, outside of a couple of pretty cool segues that bring us very quickly from one track to another here and there. But yeah, the overall experience of this album, it just becomes this mind-numbing slog by the time you're a third of the way into it, if that. Which is why I'm feeling a light to decent 3 on this thing. Transition, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe. Please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up with a link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Ken Carson.
He didn't say more chaos forever. Why didn't he say more chaos forever? I guess I am more chaos forever. He literally forgot to say more chaos forever. Did he just forget, or did he just like, I'm not saying more chaos forever? But alright, y'all, man. Like I said numerous times, like twice already, 4 times now. Y'all, stop. Y'all haters, once again. Nobody's saying that y'all can't have an opinion. But stop calling these artists trash and hating on them because they use auto-tune and because they just scream into the mic the whole time at their concerts and trying to get people to side with y'all. Like, stop doing that. Like, please. Like, if you don't like somebody, stop watching their videos. Like, for real. Once again, it's okay if y'all have an opinion, but stop trying to put your opinion out there, like trying to get people to side with you. Like, stop. If you just saying this artist is trash, just to say they're trash, okay, that's fine. But if you're doing it to try and get people to side with you and just think that they a terrible artist, and stop. All right, y'all, man. I'm glad I'm gonna get off here. I'll see you on the next video.